Thank you for joining for Devos here today. And once again, we are continuing all this week on the subject matter of how to spell success. Now, if you've been trying to guess this throughout the week, what the next letter is, I don't think you're going to get this one. Okay, so if you do, I personally will send a message to you on this. Look with me. First we had salvation, then understanding, then character, consecration, which is dedication. Then we have, are you ready? Entreaty. You go, Pastor Mike, you're now making words up. Okay, I'm not making words up, but I really had to work to get this one. Okay, so this is actually from the King James Bible going back to 2000. So I actually did this years ago. Look with me. This is Genesis 25, verse 21. And Isaac, do you see this word? Entreated to the Lord his wife. That means he prayed to the Lord. But not only that he prayed, but he was actually praying for someone else. And he said because she was barren, they wanted to have a child. And the Lord granted his prayer, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. Do you believe that God answers prayer? Listen, if you want to be and create a spiritual momentum so that you can be successful, you need to follow each one of the steps of success. But listen, you can't do it without the Lord. You have to pray. You must pray. Very, very, very important. Now, look with me over here in Mark chapter 11, verse 24. It says, therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Now, do you believe that God answers prayer? Did you ever think that God maybe is up in heaven, and he's just looking for someone to challenge him in prayer? Now, I'm just going to tell you, right off the top of my head, a couple quick stories of answered prayer. My son is a doctor, and his wife is a doctor. Well, they knew when they got married that they were going to probably have to split up and go to two different cities. For the residency, well, that's what they had to do. Well, she was pregnant, and so we were doing a miraculous prayer, saying, God, we need a miracle, that somehow he could switch in the middle of his residency. Okay, this is really like almost unheard of. And that he could get to a hospital near her. Well, the kind of residency he had and she had, it was very difficult to get them close together. And they have to be like within 30 minutes driving of each hospital. So there was only one hospital that would work in all United States that would be 30 minutes to her hospital, 30 minutes to his hospital. And we prayed that God would open up the door to that hospital. Well, God opened up the door. Okay, now I'm just telling you about my kids. So my daughter, she was moving out of state, and I told the story in church, and she said the only way, being pregnant, that her and her husband weren't going to move is if she was going to have twins. Well, there was no reason why she was going to have twins. So I said, her mother and I, we're going to pray every day that you have twins. So I kept telling her we were praying she's going to have twins. Well, she went to the doctor, and she's having twins. I mean, this just happened. She's going to have twins. I have a son who paid tons of money for doctors for him and his wife to have a baby. So it worked the first time they had a baby, but they tried again and again and again, and this is very, very expensive. And finally, they just stopped. And they stopped it. They were giving away the baby clothes. So we were all praying that God miraculously would just give them a baby without the doctor. Well, we just found out that she's pregnant. My friend, listen to me. God wants to answer your prayer. Now, look with me here. Matthew 26, verse 41. Jesus said, I want you to watch and I want you to pray that you may not enter into temptation. Now, there's a lot of men and women who need to pray this prayer. You got a lot of temptation going on in your life. If you're young, you're in good health, you're a red-blooded male, I'm telling you, there's temptation in women too. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Do you ever say, God, I want to do the right thing, but I got this problem. I got this thing going on in my life, and I need you. Listen, God is going to bless you with success. Did you know when you meet God up on the mountain each morning, he will win all your battles down there in the valley? It's just sad when people don't pray. I mean, if you don't expect much, then you ain't going to get much. I just want to say once again, if you walk in his ways, He will position you to be blessed.